Hello, and how is it going? My name is Kevin Kolbe, and I am so glad you are here on a very, very special, let me get to it, you and me live show. I am actually today doing a little something a little different. We're going to be celebrating getting to 3,000 subscribers. And if you're watching this live, you're going to have a chance to actually win a virtual pass to Video Marketing World Conference. It goes down in October. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in just a moment. And but at the same time, whenever you're watching this, I'm just so thankful that you're here, that you're watching, and would love you to drop a comment below and just say, hey, where are you listening from? If you have any questions about anything I'm going to be talking about today, I would greatly appreciate it. By the way, I dressed up. I actually got this for a shoot. I'm doing a video on how to live stream a wedding, and I thought this would look really cool. I don't really have a tux, but I thought, what the heck? Let me wear it today for this special celebration, live stream celebration. By the way, I gotta say, just got off of a live stream. I mean, literally 5 minutes ago. They were still going over on my friend's Rob Balasabas's channel. One of the guys I've just come to know and love, and he was just doing a live stream just to kind of catch up. Bunch of us on there, a bunch of guys that just are cool guys. So jumped off that, jumped on here, but so excited that you are here watching this. And so today on the show, I'm gonna share some of the things that I've learned over some time being on YouTube. According to YouTube, I started in 2017. Now that's according to YouTube. And I'm going to show a graph in a little bit just so you can see, and you can tell me if you can spot the exact second, exact day I got really serious and focused. So I thought, what I would do is share some of the things I've learned along the way. I was joking with my wife. We were watching some show the other night. I forgot what it was. And it was a British show. Maybe they say this in England. I don't know. But it was the things they had learnt. And so I said I was going to make sure I used the word learnt, because I guess it makes me sound smart. I don't know. But some of the things that I've learnt over really getting serious and focused on my YouTube channel, and hopefully they'll help you. They're not hacks and they're not tricks. They're just, I think, practical things to keep in mind too. So, and keep in mind that we're going to give away. So I'm going to go ahead and add something here because I want to make sure that everybody has a chance at this. And we're going to draw a little bit later. It's going to be a live drawing. So there is a conference that comes up in October this year, and it's called Video Marketing World. It's probably one of the best conferences I've ever been to. And for a long time, I worked in television, and I went to a lot of conferences. I mean, a lot of conferences. Got out of TV, been doing my own thing, and I went to this conference. A friend of mine, Owen Video, said, hey, if there's any one conference you ought to go to, it ought to be this one. I went, got to know Scott Simpson, who's the CEO. It made such an impact. And I'll tell you why Video Marketing World, to me, is a conference to think about attending. And you have a chance. Now, you can go in person this year, or you can do a virtual pass. I'm going to give away a virtual pass to one person. So if you are interested, anytime before this live stream is over, just put hashtag VMW2021. And I'm going to use this really cool tool. I'll show it to you right now from StreamYard. It's a StreamYard giveaway tool. It's exclusive to them. And you'll actually watch me draw it. So right now we can see there's one entry. Now, if very few people enter, that's going to be good for everybody, right? Except for the people that don't enter. So, but I'm going to let this go. I can tell you it is one of the best conferences I've ever gone to. And then, of course, the whole pandemic hit and they moved it to virtual. And it's just, it's been amazing. So this year is going to happen in October. And it's going to be a live event in, I think it's Dallas. I'm actually going to be moderating one of the panels this year. Pretty excited about that. But I will be giving away one pass to, it's the virtual pass to the video marketing world. And what this means is you'll get to see all the sessions at your leisure, as they say. So make sure if you're interested in that, I'm going to take this off right now, that you check that out. And need to do a shout out to the sponsor of my live streams, and it's StreamYard. StreamYard is the absolute easiest way to create, as they say right there, professional live streams. It's just so easy. You can multicast, multi-stream on there. Easy to bring guests in. StreamYard, proud sponsor of this show. Glad they're on there. And if you are interested in trying StreamYard for free, there's a link down in the description. Check it out. Try it and see if you like it. It is really, really that easy to use. And by the way, if you would love to support the channel or the work or anything like that, buy me a coffee. It just happens I am a coffee drinker. You can do that at Buy Me a Coffee at Kevin Kolbe. And it's an absolute great. And here's the thing: you can start your own Buy Me a Coffee site, and they have other versions like Buy Me a Pizza, Buy Me a Bagel. I think it's all food related. But if you're interested in that, let me know. And by the way, I want to throw something out. So I had a friend of mine, Eddie Field, DIY for DIY Field Guide to DIY, his YouTube channel, and he messaged me probably about a half hour ago. He said, "Make sure your audio's on." So last week, here's the thing. Here's what I love about live. Things go wrong. It just happens. Last week. Let me put this back up because I want to make sure that everybody has a shot. Last week, I started the show and I had to reboot my computer. I don't know, like 10 minutes before the show. I run my camera through what's called an ATEM Mini, and I can share more about that at a different time. And it wasn't seeing my camera. And I messaged a friend of mine who used it a lot more than I did. And he said, "Oh yeah, what you need to do is just reboot." Well, when I rebooted it, in fact, let me check something right there. When I rebooted it, it changed my mic setting, and I didn't know that. And so I was getting like, "Hey, your audio's not on." So my buddy Eddie said, "Hey, make sure your audio's on." So I'm saying all that to say this, that I've put together a live stream checklist, the things you should do before you go live. And if you want it, there's a link down in the description, totally free. You have to give me your email address, but it's totally free, and I'll send it to you. And one of the things in there is what I violated. So full disclosure, I didn't even follow my own checklist of making sure your inputs, your camera and your audio are always set. But if you'd like that, there's a link down in the description, and just kind of go from there. All right, oh, look at this. Queen Bee, great choice with the shirt. You like that? I mean, look, here's the deal. I don't own a tux. I don't even own a tie. And I'm okay with that. Actually, the few ties I had, my daughter took years ago. So, but anyways, I like that. Field Guy DIY, what up from Raleigh? Thank you again for the tip on the audio. And let me see here. We got other people checking in. Vaughn Sanders Ministry, congrats, Kevin. I really appreciate that. And I want to share a little bit about that too. Look, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. Like I'm signing off. I'm not going anywhere. No, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And Code Chris, been there. Yeah. Thank you. And yes, we got a fight going on. No, I'm just joking. So if at the end of this live stream, I'm going to show you. You're going to see live. See, right now there's 3 entries. If you're interested, all you got to do is type hashtag VMW 2021, and one person's going to get the virtual pass. And I'm going to show you this really cool tool live. You get to see us draw it live, and what it does is it cycles through all the names. And it's a tool that StreamYard has actually been using on their town halls with Gage and Dan on Sunday night. So now they've made it available to everybody. And I could be speaking out of turn here, but I think it's one of those things that you get free with StreamYard. If you don't, I apologize. I didn't say that. I'll edit that part out later. And by the way, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I will tell you that next week, really excited about the live show next week. I'm going to have Professor Nez on Super cool guy, very knowledgeable. And we're going to be talking about YouTube Shorts. I don't know if you're doing YouTube Shorts, but they've rolled them out to everybody on mobile, and they've created a creator fund. I think they've set aside $100 million. And if you don't know who they are, it's YouTube. So we're going to have he's going to be on live, and we're just going to talk about YouTube Shorts, things you should know, maybe consider. That's next Friday. So let's talk a little bit about the journey. Let me show you a graph. Here we go. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a screenshot of my analytics from my very first day on YouTube until yesterday, when I actually grabbed the screenshot. And you're going to see it's lifetime is what they call it. And if you ever wonder, all you got to do is go into your analytics, and you go to it defaults to 28 days. I've heard folks like Daryl Eves and some of these other guys say it's probably better to look at 90 days. I think Roberto says that too. I do a lot, but this is a lifetime snapshot. So, and I don't share this to say, "Ooh, look at me," because I realize there's a lot of other bigger channels out there, and there's a lot of other smaller channels. But I share this as encouragement and also proof of what can happen when you take YouTube seriously and you get focused. So I call this YouTube so far. Now, let me know if you can tell based on the graph on screen exactly when I got serious. Can you guess there? It's like a flat line. I mean, it's like if this was a medical show, I would have been dead long before December 7th of 2019. A couple of little times I showed a little sign of life, but if you see, I was on there. Now, again, YouTube says I started in 2017. The reality of it is I started before that, but I think I deleted the channel and started over and did things that I absolutely now would so strongly advise against, so strongly, because, it's a journey, right? But if you notice, it wasn't until you see that little spike up, and I can tell you exactly when that happened. That happened around March to April of last year. Last year, around March to April, I don't know the exact date, I was around 450 subscribers. And my channel was audited by the cool guys at vidIQ. Now, I use TubeBuddy, but vidIQ is a good product too. Rob Wilson and Troy. And they were extremely constructively critical of my channel, but I loved it. They told me things I needed to know, and I thought, yeah, dang it, I need to get focused on this. I need to get focused on, putting out content, doing more research, things like that. And so that's when you saw the spike. When all of a sudden that I started really thinking about the content on my channel, because before that, it was just all over the place. In fact, I think January of that year, I uploaded one video. And it was a story video that I actually did for my niece and nephew who were adopting a child. I do a lot of work for businesses and nonprofits, and I wanted to share that. But then the next one was a vlog, and then the next one was about something else. And the reality of it is, it was like, hey, subscribe. And why? What's in it for you? I mean, you should always think about the viewer, which I wasn't. See, we got some comments coming in here. Let me see. So Calvin saying, love your videos. Is there a competition? Well, thank you very much. I hope you mean, is there somebody like trying to keep up with me? Then there's way better out there. So honestly, keep going with your content and you'll keep growing. I appreciate that. That is very, very nice. Kevin Linfield, recognizing your growth is important. Kevin, I appreciate you. He also retweeted one of my videos the other day, and I appreciate that a lot. And by the way, if you're asking, is there a competition? I don't know if this was your question, but there's a thing on the screen right now that at the end of the live stream, I'm going to draw live. I'm going to actually show you this tool live. There's only 4 people that have entered right now. But if you want a virtual pass, one virtual pass to Video Marketing World Conference this year, then all you've got to do is put hashtag Video Marketing World 2021. Now, I will tell you this, the speakers of the ones that I went to 2 years ago were people like Tim Schmoyer, Sean Cannell, and Benji Travis, Anthony Ambrose, who's a phenomenal coach. Who else was there? It just went on and on and on. Judy Fox, who kills it on LinkedIn. It's not just about YouTube; it's about video, but it's also for businesses and things like that. So you're not going to see mega YouTube stars. You're going to see people that really work in it. Sydney Dianzong was there. Who else? Roberto Blake did a session. Kristen Hills, Six Sisters, huge channel. And then when they did virtual last year, Mark Cuban was the keynote. What? Yep. So they're still putting together the process. But if you're interested, all you got to do is put hashtag VMW 2021 in the comments. And at the end, we'll do a live drawing and you'll see who wins. One of the things I want to talk about is getting focused. So here's the thing, and I'll touch on this. Well, I'll say that in a minute. Sorry, new shirt, got a hair. It's nasty. I'm just being honest. Oh, and by the way, I want to share this one more time. If you're interested in my live stream checklist, this is the things that I think you should do before you ever go live. There's a link down in the description. All you got to do is just check that. And also, I use StreamYard. There's a link for that down in the description too. So one of the things I want to do is I wanted to share several of the things I learned over the years. And again, at any point, if you've got a question about my channel, YouTube, or a tip or something like that, please share it in the comments. Again, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on playback, I always try and go back and answer every question and just comment, because I'm just appreciative for any view, any subscriber. I mean, here, let me go back. I want to show you something and just make a point. When it says views right there, I see people. When it says subscribers, I see people. When I see hours, I see people. Why is that important? It's really easy when you get into really taking your YouTube channel serious. And YouTube is my core platform. I think there's a lot of things I'm going to share that you could apply to Facebook or wherever you're creating content for, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever. But, you need to know kind of the game if you want some of your stuff seen. But at the same time, it's not like, it's just another number. I see people. And that's what I love about it. So here's some things I learned that I want to encourage you with in no particular order. And one is start before you're ready. One of the things I see a lot of people do, and if any of these resonate with you, let me know in the comment, like, oh yeah, yep, been there, done that, still bothers me. Sometimes people will say, what's your biggest hurdle to growing on YouTube? And I go, me. It's just true. It's me. I've got ideas and then I don't do them. Gonna do it and then I don't do them. Start before you're ready. I don't know how many of you guys are married, but there's a joke in the marriage world about one day when I have enough money, I'm going to get married. And the reality of it is you're never gonna have enough money, ever. If you wait till you're ready to start creating content, if you wait till you're ready to have the right gear, by the way, I did a video this week that I would love for you to watch called Does Gear Matter? And I talk about yes and no in there. And I'd love you to check that out. Let me know what you think. I do welcome a debate there. Friendly debate, be nice. But start before you're ready. Fear is a fantastic demotivator. Can I get an amen? I mean, it is. Because it's like, well, when I get the right gear and when I have the right idea and when I have the right shirt and when I have the right blank, then I'll start. Now, I realize there's things in life that keep us from doing things. I got that. I mean, I got that. You know, I have 3 kids. Our youngest has special needs, and there are things that happen in his life that we have to change our plans. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about waiting for all the right things before you start. Because here's the reality of it is, how many people are on the planet? It's a bunch, right? Well, thanks, Kevin. The reality of it is most people won't see our content. Doesn't matter if you're on every platform. Peter McKinnon. You've heard me talk about Peter McKinnon if you've watched 5 minutes of this channel. Fantastic creator, love his stuff. And yet, even with 5 million subscribers, there's still people that don't know who Peter McKinnon is, right? Casey Neistat. I could rattle on and on and on. So if you have to get everything ready, personally, I think you'll never, ever start. I just do. So my advice is start before you're ready. Something I've learned, something else. Make sure you have fun. Now, again, I talked about, like I use TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is a fantastic tool. There is a link down in the description. By the way, the link in the description I have is you can try any of the paid plans free for 30 days. Check it out. So that link is in the description. So I do use YouTube I do use TubeBuddy to research ideas and keyword strength and SEO and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I'm having fun. So I do think if, now is this my job? Yeah, I'm a video coach and I'm a content creator. I create content. Somebody asked the other day, said, how often do you create content a week? And I said, always. I mean, it doesn't stop, right? I mean, to sleep and eat, watch Netflix, but make sure you're having fun. I love creating content. I love communicating with you. I love serving you. I love putting things out there that hopefully you're interested in. Not every video is a winner. I've got more videos that go than the ones that go through the roof. It's going to happen. But if you're not having fun, then it's just going to become a chore. Look, years ago, I did a freelance project a long time ago. Oh my word. I don't remember the client. I wouldn't dare say. It was the worst. It was so boring. It was an industry I knew nothing about, wasn't that interested in. I was bored out of my mind. And I just started thinking about the money I was making. And, it paid decently, but if you're not having fun with what you're doing. So, all right, I'm going to check back in. We're going to get back to it, but I want to check back into the comments to see if anybody's got anything to say here. Here we go. Kevin Linville. I think it's important to find a way to promote people you believe in here on YouTube. Share your social media platforms. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think he's talking about Kevin retweeted a video I did the other day, and I appreciate that. Feel guys saying, "Oh yeah, start before I was ready. Check out my first video." I don't know if you guys know Sean Cannell, but Sean with Think Media, he shares a video that his first video, and it's like, "Hey, it's Sean, and I'm so glad you're here." It's hilarious, but we all start somewhere. Chris saying, pretty much at the point I see there will never be enough to reboot because as I go through the process, I'm making changes actively. That's a great point. That is a great point, is that if you keep kind of looking at it as a process, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Kevin's saying, I did my first feed on Instagram the other day. It was completely awkward and a bit uncomfortable. But Kevin, you did your first. And I think, if I had my new cool setup where I could play applause, I'd do applause, because it's amazing how many people don't ever do that first. Remember, my first point is start before you're ready. You're going to see a lot of critics out there that are going to be happily critiquing your work and telling you what to do, who haven't published anything at all. Doesn't mean you discount what they're saying, but there's just too many people that want to rag on people, and they're not even willing to try themselves. Fortuna Vega Studio would love to see some experimental filming techniques working with low budget. I tell you, that's a great idea. So I'm going to preview something that it's a new segment I'm going to be adding to my channel, and I'll show you the animation I did for it. And I don't know if that fits in exactly what you're talking about, but I do want to share that to you. Vaughn Sanders Smith, this was key for me. I'm a perfectionist and finally realized that I would never be ready. That is, oh, dude, that is such a good point. I am a perfectionist, and I tell you, being a perfectionist and a creative, sometimes it's like this. It's like fire and gasoline. Would that be it? Oil and water. Oil and water don't mix. It just is. And sometimes I think it's Sean who says done is better than perfect, and I still struggle with that. I still struggle with that. So we have Desiree Lee. Even though it's fun, sometimes it can be very difficult to stay consistent. What's your secret? That is a great question. That's something I probably need to dive into. So I got to be honest. I haven't always been consistent. I want to show you guys, by the way, if you see that ticker going across here at the end of the live stream, I'm going to give away a free virtual pass to the Video Marketing World Conference in October. Now, if you want to go, they're selling tickets, but this way you can watch all the sessions. If you want to have a shot at winning, all you got to do is type in the comments somewhere #VMW2021, and we got 5 people entered right now. And when we get time to draw, you're actually going to see me run this really cool StreamYard tool live. So Desiree asked the question, what's the secret to staying consistent? So I shared this a few minutes ago. This is my journey so far. From the first I started up until I did the screenshot yesterday. And you can see a jump. And that's when I got focused. And that's when I got serious. And Desiree, that's when I got more consistent. In fact, January, I did one video. Now, I don't believe consistency means, I've got to put out X number of videos, but I do think it's a consistent consistency in style, consistency in you. So I committed for quite a while that I would do 2 videos and a live stream every week. And that's what I did. And so part of it is getting ahead. So the other day, I researched an idea and I dropped a video this week about does video gear really matter? Because there was a big debate about that. And I wanted to enter that foray. But that day I shot 3 videos. I did one on does video really matter? Then I did one on how to sell video gear. And then I did one on how to buy video gear. And those are still edited. And then the other day I did one off on TubeBuddy. So how I stay consistent is I use Apple Notes to just jot down ideas. I have a folder that says video ideas. Then I'll have one that says produce this. Another way to stay consistent is like Vaughn Ministry said a few minutes ago is just try and put things out there, even if it's like maybe not perfect. I can tell you, even spots I've won. So this is something I don't talk about a lot because it just kind of sounds like you're bragging, but I won several Emmys, regional Emmys, when I was in other awards in television, and for everything I won an award for, I could look back and go, well, if I'd have changed that, I'd change that. So there is a point where you kind of have to let it go. So what I would say is find what works for you. Like if you're going to live stream, the time that works. Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern time works for me. I block it out. But I also, another thing I do too, Desiree, is I schedule time to shoot and I schedule time to edit, because if I don't schedule it, it ain't going to happen. So hopefully that worked. Something else I learned I want to share with you is never stop learning. Ever. I think I'm a lifelong learner. I just love learning. And I'm a visual learner. I taught myself how to edit, watching other people edit. I'd been editing for years, actually won an award for editing. And then I finally opened a manual once for editing. I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Never stop learning. I love to seek out YouTube channels. Now, I mean, like, so I know Field Guide's on here, and he does great DIY videos, everything from like, how to use a leveler to how he built my desk. He did 2 videos on that. But I like to learn. I like to watch videos to figure out things, because to me, that's how I keep up with trends and things like that. Never stop learning. And in fact, if you're not subscribed to it, one of the channels I would highly recommend subscribing to is the YouTube Creator Studio. Is that it? As soon as I said that, I went blank. They have Creator Insider and then Creator Academy, maybe. Just learn the basics. There's been people I've learned from too that I've taken courses from and become friends with, like Sean Cannell with Video Ranking Academy, Owen Video and his stuff. And Tim Schmoyer is another one. So learn from people that know what they're doing, that have made mistakes, but just keep learning and keep learning and keep learning, and apply what you're learning. I just think that's it. Something else I've learned, and I think this may be one of the ones I should have led with and left up, is be you. Be you. Now, as you're learning and watching other folks and mentoring, I mean, I still have several mentors that I talk to quite a bit, and hopefully helping them too, is be you. So if you think about this, if you love, I like Casey Neistat. He's another YouTuber I love his stuff. He probably defined vlogging for all of us, right? But if you love vlogging and you love Casey's style, be you. We don't need another Casey. I mean, if you're trying to be Casey, I'll watch Casey. So there's a lot of folks on the internet that I hear, what's your superpower? What's your superpower? What makes you special? Well, here's what makes you special, and it's you. It's your take on things. I heard Pat Flynn talk once about, yeah, you could do an online course about something that 1,000 other people have done it on, but the one thing you bring to it that nobody else does, and that's you. So I don't know what your genre is. I mean, tell me in the comments, what your channel is about. Is it about woodworking? Is it about vegan? Is it about, homesteading or homeschooling or whatever? Don't put a link. Just tell me what it's about. And, my gut is there's no genre, there's no topic out there that hasn't been done at least by someone. What is it? Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. That's true. But you can bring your take to it. You can bring your personality to it. Be you. If you're just trying to copy somebody else, now, again, you can learn from other people. How do they do that? And what are they doing? We've already had a couple of folks asking about, how I did something to stay consistent and stuff like that. That's learning. But be you. Put your own twist in it, your own take and stuff like that. By the way, have you entered for the contest? Right there. Video, if you want to possibly win a ticket, a virtual pass rather, to Video Marketing World. It's going to happen in October in Dallas. And what this means is you'll get every session you can watch wherever you are on the interweb. Just all you got to do is in the comments, put hashtag VMW2021. And when we wrap up this live stream, we're going to draw live using this cool little tool right there. Look at that. It says 7 entries right now. Not bad. Going to hop back into the comments right here. Oh, Desiree, how sweet. How sweet. I think she just gave me a super chat. I got to admit, that's the first one I've ever had. I'm going to screenshot that later. Thank you very much. That means a lot. That means a lot. So I think this was also how Field Guide does it. Schedule film days and bunch shoots. Yeah, that's how he does it. So Eddie is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for forever, and I'll call him every once in a while. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Filming." He's also saying, Kevin, you also never stop creating. Seems like you're always pushing yourself. Thanks for your example. I really appreciate that. Well, it's I love it. I love it, and I've shared this story before. Thank you. And I've said this before, is that, somebody said, well, Al, I'm going to show this. Super excited for your future. I appreciate that. Um, somebody told me once after my position was cut when I worked in television, the creative director, that, hey, Kevin, you need to stop, just this fooling around stuff with YouTube and creating content. Go find a real job. And I'm like, yeah, dadgummit, I've got to. And I did that for like a day or two. And I thought, I got to create. I told my wife, I got to go create something. It's in my DNA. I love to create. Everything I do, I want it to be great, but it's not necessarily fantastic. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you? I mean, there's things I put out there and it's like, well, it just didn't hit. It didn't click. Now, here's what I love about YouTube. Holy cow. I mean, I've got a couple of videos that I did in 2018 that are still in my top 10 videos. One is about a little DIY hack that I did for a camera that I don't even have anymore. And another one's on sunglasses. And I shared this in another live stream once, that the sunglasses one, now there's another sunglass company that's reached out to me. In fact, they've sent me 3 pair of sunglasses to do a review on. I haven't even got to. I'm pointing because you can't see it, but they're over there in a box. So that is the beauty with YouTube, is that it can be evergreen. So something else, and I think this is very important, I want to explain this, is define your own success. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of folks that will tell you, and it's not even just YouTube, just the world, right? That will tell you what success is. To be successful, you have to do blank, or to look successful, you have to do blank. I'm going to take this off for just a second. This is an Amazon tuxedo shirt because I think I mentioned earlier, I'm actually doing a video for StreamYard about how to live stream a wedding. So I'm shooting at a church tomorrow. So I just bought this. Oh, and I thought, what the heck, wear it for the celebration. But define your own success. So it's easy to look at numbers. So, just recently I got my 3,000th subscriber, and that means a lot. And I shared on this before that my goal is to be 10,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to hit it. And it's not just numbers. It's because I want to help more people use video. I want to help more people get into video. I want to help more people do video. So it's easy to look at numbers, the big channels, and go, wow, they're so successful. Or, have you ever done this? Somebody's driving a bigger car than you, and it's like, well, they got a lot of money. No, they may just have more debt. Maybe the car was given to them. I don't know. Define your own success. I can tell you, I've done deals from my channel. I have people reach out to me. I had 2 companies reach out this past week wanting to know if I wanted to review something. Don't know if I'm going to. I have clients that I know check out my stuff. I'm a video coach, because they'll point things out. You have to define what your success is. Now, if you want to get on YouTube and just have fun, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's going to be people tell you, no, you're misusing it. It's your channel. It's your channel. But I'm telling you, YouTube can be a powerful tool to grow a business, or a nonprofit. I mean, there's a lot of nonprofits that I don't feel like take YouTube. Actually, there's probably more nonprofits that use YouTube seriously than businesses. I saw a stat not too long ago that like only 68% of businesses are on YouTube, which means there's 32% of businesses that aren't. That's a lot of businesses. Now, I'm not saying you just throw something up there and it works, but define your own success. And another thing I've learned is never be afraid to reinvent you. And somebody, I think, commented on this a few minutes ago about whether rebooting is just they're reinventing. If you had been following me from the day I started my YouTube channel, and I know you probably weren't, and that's okay. I still love you. My cover art, what's at the head of that has changed. Oh my word. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times. And some of it was, I was looking to see what other people were doing. Oh, well, that's what I need to do. I need to do that kind of pose. I need to do that, stuff like that. And I had a friend say to me not too long ago, a friend and a client, that one of the things that they really liked about me, and again, I'm sharing this because it was a compliment, I think, is that I'm not afraid to reinvent. And I'm not. I was actually tweaking my business model before the whole pandemic hit to be more of a video coach and remote rather than try and produce things. Just, it's me. I'm a one person business. It's just me. So the thing about reinvention is, seeing what works, trying different things. This logo, I pointed to it finally. This logo is a brand new logo that I just created recently in Canva, where I create all my graphics, because I felt it was time for a fresh logo that fit me. The other one, I felt just like, even though it was, I designed it, it just felt like it was all over it. This one fits me. Plus I love red. That's why I even got red on here. But, so recently and this is the point I wanted to make a few minutes ago. So recently, I really committed to, I've changed the YouTube header now. It says creative stuff for creators, which I'm sure there's some coach out there who goes, oh, don't say that. Doesn't mean anything. Well, it does to me, because I think first of all, I like the word stuff versus things, but I want to share stuff that can help creators create. Now, I want to share something with you. This is actually, I don't necessarily journal that much, but I do keep one of these and I write down notes, and I actually started doing this more at Video Marketing World. Scott Simpson, who I think his YouTube channel is Scott and Cambria. Super nice guy. He's the CEO of Video Marketing World. If you decide to go in person, you'll get to see Scott. If you win the virtual pass, if you're interested, hashtag BMW 2021, then you'll get to see him at least on video, right? But he did a seminar, and it was March 2020. And I was writing down some notes, and I want to show you what I wrote down. It's right there. It's highlighted with an arrow. And if you can't read it, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't have great handwriting. But it says, idea, create content and coaching around doing video. Target beginners and newbies. I swear that says newbies. So around March of 2020, I thought that's what I need to be doing. And I started doing that more, and I've done it more and more recently. Now, I've had some good friends, very, very successful business friends that do stuff all over the world say, well, but that's not really a good target. You need to go after the money and stuff like that. I want to help people get into and do more with video. And I think I like creating for people that are either just beginning or they're kind of new to video and things like that, because I love to teach and encourage and things like that. So why I share that is to say that in the reinvention of myself, I realized that I needed to rethink my content. I needed to rethink what I was doing, and is it bringing value? Do you know what you want to do? And if it changes a year from now, that's fine. It's really okay. It really is. Gonna hop back in the comments right here. Oh wow, another super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh my, 4G Media. I appreciate that, dude. You are so cool. I appreciate that. Rob Hitch in the house. Long time no see. How you doing, buddy? Love the emojis. Love that. So I want to go back through these just quickly. So the things I've learned is start before you're ready. I'm telling you, if you are afraid of starting, no, let me say it a different way. Fear is a good demotivator, but don't wait till you get it all figured out. Don't wait till you understand YouTube. YouTube's changing all the time. Start before you're ready. Make sure you're having fun. Because if it's not fun, it's going to be like a job. Look, I mean, years ago, I was in radio. I started in radio first before I got into television. And what ended up happening is I had a chance to work for the station I grew up listening to. Then they changed formats. And it went from personality driven to basically every 3 songs, you read a 5-second card over an intro. And so they really kind of stripped the personality of it out. And what happened is it started feeling like a job. And that's when I got out of radio. Now I got back into it a couple of years ago, just to kind of play. And I was on a station here locally for several months, but it was still fun. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. You're never going to know it all. I mean, especially in the world of YouTube. Daryl Eve said once how often they change the algorithm, and it was something insane. They're constantly. I mean, heck, just notice sometimes when you go to your YouTube studio, if you have a YouTube channel, how often they've updated something. Never stop learning, whether it's your craft or what other people are doing or something about that. Be you. Don't be nobody else. Be you. People will fall in love with you for you. You know, I mean, I would like to think that people like me. I know there's people that don't. That's okay. But be you. Don't be somebody else. And we got too many people out there trying to be everybody else. You know, I mean, honestly, I think that's Hollywood's problem right now. It's just easier to reboot, you know, a successful. I mean, how many times has Spider-Man been rebooted? And Batman, and I'm a huge Batman fan, and they're getting ready to come out with another one. That's what Hollywood does. Just reboots. Be you. Define your own success. Figure out what you think success looks like, how you need to be successful. You know, how you define success may be completely different than how I define success, and that's okay. And never be afraid to reinvent you. I'm just telling you, that is one of the things that I absolutely love about YouTube is that, you know, you can get out of it as much as you put into it. Now, there's no guarantees. I mean, look, you can follow you can buy the courses and do all the research and still put a video out there, and it maybe just doesn't do that well. Most of my videos that have done okay do okay over time. They never do out of the gate. In fact, I had one the other day that struggled, popped to number 1 on my channel, and by the end of the day, it was like now to number 10. It just happens. It just absolutely happens. Kevin's saying, "I'm a newbie. Someone shared you with me, learning so much." I really appreciate that. So I want to share something with you, if you guys are okay with this. I want to share something. So, in the vein of reinventing and doing different things, I'm going to add a segment to this channel called Cool Tools. And the idea is to highlight a tool that I think is really cool for creatives. Now, it can be anything from apps to software, which I guess maybe could be the same thing, to physical products, to anything. But it's like the things that I just think are cool. Certified cool tool. So I want to show you the animation that I created, just to give you a little preview, see what you think, but also to encourage you to create. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be the first first people to see this. So here is the animation for Cool Tools. What do you think? And you know, I need to probably ask folks too, do you want to see how I did that? It's a lot easier than it may appear. So the logo, you notice the Kevin Kolbe logo and Cool Tools, those were done in Canva. I used plugins from Motion VFX, and there's links in the description to that. There's a glitch effect on there that I think comes with Final Cut. I've added some effects over time, I'm not sure. And the music is from Soundstripe, which I've recently just started on Soundstripe, and I love them already. But I want to show it to you one more time, and just if you have any questions about it. But anyway, I'm pretty excited about it. But anyway, here we go. So that segment will start running every week on the channel, and it's just going to be, like I said, something that I think is really cool, like, you know, maybe a little gadget for your camera. And some of these may not cost a lot. I'm a fan of, you know, there's some things you might need to spend some money on, but then other times it's, you know, it's just don't. I mean, this light I'm using is an Elgato key light, But before this, I was using these lights from Viltrox, which are like half the price, and they're great. I have Canon cameras, and for some of the lenses, I have to use an adapter. Well, Canon sells an adapter that's very expensive, and you put the adapter on the camera, and then it'll fit almost any lens on it, right? So like this camera I'm using right now is the M50 Mark II, and I've got a Sigma 16 millimeter lens on it that just fits right on it. But there's other lenses might have to have an adapter. I use an adapter. It's called a photodiox or something like that. It's half the price of the Canon adapter, and it does the exact same thing. So I'm all about saving money, and so that's why I want to run cool tools. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Is that okay? I just like it. So let me know today or any other time if you would like to ever see how I put that together, because I'm telling you, it's nothing against Fiverr and Upwork and stuff like that. And I know there's people that may be watching this that work on there, and there's great work doing it, and there's people making a lot. But I'm about like trying it, just try it. And I don't mind doing a video on how I went through the process and how I came up with that. So we got some folks saying, Rob weighing in, love the animation. Appreciate that. Queen Bee, cool. It was like, cool. Mind blowing. I like that. And Phil Guy, need one for DIY. We can talk. Patty, how cool. Appreciate that. Look at that. Another super chat. I appreciate that. Just on a live stream with Patty on Rob Balasabas's channel. And it's really good. Glitch does come with Final Cut Pro. Thank you. So the thing is, you can get so many plugins there. And I'm a huge fan of motion VFX. I think I've done a video or two. Maybe I'll do some more on that. But that Cardiff City fan, hello, I just subscribed from Wales, UK. Thank you very much. That means a lot. And I tell you, this is the other thing too. And I probably should have said that. I had a bunch of ideas written down. I wanted to share you things I'd learned. Is that to me, YouTube is community. Now, the platforms I'm on the most would be Facebook and YouTube. And Facebook, there's a lot of friends on there. I find more community in the groups. Rob Balasabas has a fantastic group. It's called the Content Cafe. Love it. There's 2 or 3 groups on there I just love. Highly recommend checking that out. But, if you treat YouTube like, or approach it like a community, you just get more out of it. So, and that, I'm going to put this up again, that somebody from the UK has now not only just popped into the live stream, but also subscribed. That means a lot. I was doing a live stream the other day and somebody from South Africa popped on. That's cool. Now I have friends in Australia and other places because of YouTube. And I just love that. Queen Bee saying, yes, demo on the animation. I will do that. And I think you'll be surprised at that. I'm surprised cool tools and not in red. Okay, so here's what's funny. I actually designed it when I was kicking around. I wanted to do it in red, but because of the animation, sometimes the colors don't pop as well. So I actually did one in white and one in black, and the first version had like thick drop shadow, and it didn't work. But I can cover all that. So look at that. My buddy Jeff Eatley, stop in and say congrats, you're inspiring me. I appreciate that. Jeff has got a great channel too. Super nice guy. In fact, the audit that happened to my channel at Video Marketing World, his channel was right before mine. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to follow his. His stuff looks so good. Jeff his thumbnails are sick. They are just sick. They are sick. Yeah, 3,000, a lot of subscribers, 3,000 people. That's a good point. I heard somebody say that once. And I have to remind myself, if you publish a video and you only get 50 views, that's 50 people. But let's just say you have a channel that has 500 subscribers. That's a pretty big room. Think about it. Visualize 500 people in a room that you can talk to and then continue to grow. And those are only the subscribers. I got to tell you, most of my views come from non-subscribers. I'd love to. Jeff saying, oh, I've gotten so much better, dude. Your thumbnails are sick because you're a great photographer. But it's all about the growth. It's all about the journey. It's all about having fun. And if you haven't started your YouTube channel, why not? I mean, get out there and get going, because it is absolutely amazing. So I hope this kind of inspired you. I think it's about time for us to do a drawing. So I'm going to turn this off one second. And here's what we're going to do. I'll give you one more second. If you're interested in being in the drawing to win a virtual pass to Video Marketing World 2020, just put hashtag VMW 2021 in there. Now, here's another little banner I did. You only do it once because the program will weed out duplicates. So this is it. We got 7 people. That's pretty sweet. So I'm going to take this off and let's just do the drawing right now. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Now, look, don't go away once we do this. Look at that. 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 And the winner is Code Chris. Isn't that cool? Confetti. Code Chris. Everybody congratulate him in the comments. Code Chris, I will be getting in touch with you. And I'll just need to get your information so I can forward it on. But congratulations to Code Chris and everybody who entered for Video Marketing World. You are getting a virtual pass. And there is a link in the description to Video Marketing World if you want to check it out. It's a very affordable conference. I got to tell you, it's one of the best I've been to. So, yep. Congrats. You guys show him some love. You need a fanfare. Yes. You're true. I have 80 subs. That's a lot of people. 80. That is right. And you know what? I love that attitude. Somebody in one of the comments in one of the groups I'm in the other day said, well, I only have 50 subscribers. And I said, you have 50 subscribers. Only is such a bad word for creatives, isn't it? Well, if I just had this, I've only got, you got one subscriber, you've got one subscriber. That is phenomenal. Chris is saying, OMG. So, dude, I will get in touch with you. I'll need to get some information. Don't drop it in the chat. I'll just need to get some information from you about getting the things to you. So, this has been great. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I hope you do. I do this little thing every Friday called You and Me Live Show because it is about you and me. Next Friday, I'm going to have my friend on, Professor Nez, and we're going to be talking about YouTube Shorts. Everything you need to know about YouTube Shorts. And the idea isn't to change your mind if you're not using it. It's just to give you a little bit more information. By the way, if you ever want to support the channel, the work we do, buy me a coffee at Kevin Kolbe. This has been a blast. I got to go change this shirt. It's not very comfortable. I'm going to tell you that right now. And every day, keep creating. And, if you put it out there and only a few people, I said only a few people see it, you still put something out there and you're waiting for a lot of people to start that haven't ever started. So I'm going to show you the Cool Tools animation one more time. You can do that. Again, all the tools, Canva for the logo, both logos in there, Motion VFX plugin, put in Final Cut, music from Soundstripe. I will do a video. I think I saw Queen Bee or somebody say do a demo. I'll do a video just to show you, but Cool Tools is going to be a segment I'm just going to be adding to the channel as I run across cool tools or somebody mentions one or something like that. So I'm going to hop back in the comments one more time. Oh, look at that. Somebody just got columnist saying you're an inspiration. Can't wait for that means a lot. That means a lot. Really, really appreciate that. Look, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being you. Keep creating, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.